Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'll be taking a trade, and of course I'm going to show you the perfect entry that you need to see before you take a trade. So if you actually recap on our last video that we made, I actually explain in details what you have to see with a different candle and their names. All right, so we also talked about the indicator part on our last video, and also tell you the different time frame we have that you need to work with each time you're analyzing the market. So on today's video, we're definitely going to be showing you one of the strategy that you need to know as a beginner if you are starting out. All right, on our last video we talked about two things when it comes to candle part. We talked about a bullish candle, which is when the candle is green, and we talked about a bearish candle when the candle is actually red. All right, so that's what we talked about mainly on our last video. So as you can see, we have another candle in between the bullish and the bearish candle. We have another small candle in between them, which actually a very small body but with a longer tails. When you are seeing a candle just like this, we actually refer to them as a doji candle. All right, as you can see, we have them here too. This is another example. This is another example. This is another example. A very small candle like this, a very small candle. Like when you are seeing a candle actually form in this pattern, we actually refer to it as a doji, and of course it's going to be part of the strategy I'm going to show you on today's trade. All right, so how this actually works. So what you're actually seeing here right now, as you can see, another thing you need to confirm, another explanation is that when you have a bullish candle and you have a doji candle and in between a bullish candle and bearish candle, we actually refer to them as a evening star. How do you know it's an evening star? Is that when you have a bullish candle, the number one thing is for you to have a bullish candle. After a bullish candle, you need to have a doji, and after that you need to have a bearish candle. When that happens, we actually refer to them as a morning star. All right, when you have an evening star in any trade, there's a high tendency that the market will keep going down. All right, so I find this good moment right here that I want to make a video on, and like I said earlier on my previous video, always make sure that you check this out with different time frame. This is an 4 hour time frame, which is a very good one. So let's go ahead and check this out on 1 hour. As you can see, the same thing is happening. There's a very strong downtrend here, even on 1 hour time frame. So let's go back and check this out on 30 minutes. I'm still having a very good moment here. So this actually indicates us, okay, let's check it out last on 15 minutes. As you can see, there's still downtrend on this part, but we actually have this confirmation right on 4 hours, whereby we have a bullish candle go with a doji candle and a bearish candle, which actually gave us our morning star. So right now I'm going to take this trade. So I'm going to show you how it's going to work. After you've confirmed that, guys, so you actually need to set your support and resistance. All right, so the number one thing to do that is to use our tools here. Let's grab our arrow here. So you just come over here, you're going to see your horizontal line on this down part. Just make sure you click that. I'm going to set our resistance right in this position. Let's actually set this real quick. So to make sure that you actually shrink the screen so that you can see the next resistance where it actually came from. This is the next one. This is the previous one before we find another one here. So definitely we're going to mark our tool to make sure it is right. So it actually means that right from this position, that is when next we have our resistance. This is where our resistance actually indicate. All right, so after you set the line, we're going to set another line for support. You just have to click this line, click the dot line here, and we can clone the line again and take that line downward where we're going to find our support. So I think this is where the support actually indicates. This is where it start going up. All right, a good moment here. These are our supports. All right, this is actually our support. All right, this is a good moment. This actually so this is actually our support. I think this is when it start going up. From this point, this is actually our support. All right, so right now we've marked, let me actually take this down so that we can see clearly. So right now we've marked our support and resistance, which is in a very good part, because you always need to mark your support and resistance each time you want to enter a trade is very important. I'm definitely going to explain in details later on why it is important. So right now we've actually get what's it called, the point where we're going to enter our trade. The confirmation of our what's it called, of our downtrend has been confirmed, because we actually use a different time frame to confirm that. So after that, we're going to set our resistance and support on the chart before we go ahead to actually enter our trade. All right, so right now we're going to take a tool to actually set our what's it called, position, which is actually the take profit and the what's it called. So we just come over here, you can actually select this short position right here. So over here we're going to set our position. We're definitely going to set, you know, we actually take our resistance actually stopped here, so we need to drag this until we reach our resistance, which is actually a great moment here. So, and then if you want to actually set up your stop loss, so let's make sure that you're using at 15-second time frame, so that you can have a good moment to set. So our stop loss should start from this point, from here, a good one there. Let's go back to 4 hours, right? So this is where we actually put in our take profit, all right, because this is where the what's it called, the support actually started. So this is where we actually put our stop what's it called, our take profit, and of course this our resistance. So this is where we actually, in the resistance part, we can actually what's it called, put it here. All right, let's put it on the resistance part. Sorry, let's put it on the resistance part, because this is where our resistance actually indicates. So guys, this is a very good what's it called, this is a very good setup. So let's watch and see if this trade is gonna hit in the next few. Let's check it out, guys. A good one there. As you can see, this trade actually hits our take profit right here. So right from this position that we actually enter the trade actually hit our take profit, which is a very good one. So guys, this is how you set everything up properly when you're trading. It is very important that you know this, right? It is very, very important that you actually know this. Always make sure that you find a good position. This is actually the number one thing. Let me actually zoom this so that I can explain better. Go down and come here. I think this is where I will take the trade. So guys, this is another strategy for a very great moment. As you can see over here, we say that the market has been coming up. So when it's come to here, what's it called, seller actually, what's it called, the sellers are actually trying to bring down the market. That is when we have our doji form. The next candle is a bearish candle, which actually indicate that the seller has taken over. When you see something like this, it actually formed, like I said earlier on, it formed a morning, a evening star, right? It's very important that you know that when anytime you say that a evening star actually formed, there's a high tendency that the market will be going down, because the seller are really really trying to take over the market. So they are trying to actually push it down. All right, so that's pretty much all that I want you guys to actually always put in mind. Now we're definitely going to have another moment again, so let's actually go ahead and change some pairs. Okay guys, we have a very good moment at the down part here. As you can see over here, we have what's it called, a bearish candle, doji candle, and of course we have a bullish candle. All right, so with this we refer to it as a morning star. All right, because the other time you know that we have it as bullish candle, doji, and of course a bearish candle, then we refer to it as evening star. But in this form, when you see a red candle and you see a small doji candle in between them and a green candle, then we're going to refer to this as a morning star. And what the morning star indicates, it actually indicates that when you see a morning star, there's a high tendency that there will be a buyer taking over, and there will be an uptrend in the market. All right, so this is a very good position. If you actually check this out, you can see this is actually a very strong support level. So for us to actually take a high, we're definitely going to grab our two. I'm going to actually take out our support and resistance line. So over here, let's click here. Firstly, let's actually indicate our support level. So over here, we find a support level here. As you can see, very good moment here. This is actually our support level. All right, so let's take it down a little bit. This is our support level right here. Here and here actually indicate the support level, but we have to take it down a little bit. All right, so a good one there. So let's actually duplicate this and let's take it to measure our resistance, where we're going to take our take profit, which is definitely going to be here. This is our resistance. All right, this is our resistance. So right now, this is a very good moment. We're going to enter this trade. So right now, let's actually set our take profit and stop loss. let's put it as a long here. So over here we're going to set this as our stop loss. Then we're going to take this all over here to our take profit, which is a very good one right here. Right, this is a very good one. So we're going to actually take this as our stop profit. So a very good moment here. So guys, let's go and see how this trade is going to play out. A good moment there, guys. As you can see, we've actually hit our take profit. All right, so if you actually drag this down here, you're going to see that we've hit in our take profit. As you can see, we actually hit our take profit right here, which is a very huge one. Another thing I forgot to actually mention to you the other time is the fact that we also need to confirm this with our different time frame. So guys, this is how you actually take a trade whether you're taking a downtrend trade or an uptrend trade. All right, so a good moment there. So right now I'll be analyzing again and see if I'm going to have a moment with any of the pairs which is going to be a middle a middle chart, a middle trend, and when I find out, we'll definitely come back and actually explain in full details again. Okay, this is a good moment for a middle chart. As you can see, we have an evening star right here. As you can see, the first candle right there is our bullish candle, and of course we have our doji candle right in the middle, and on the last one there it is a bearish. So when you find something like this, I actually said that it's actually our evening star, and what evening star actually indicate that. Okay guys, we find a very good moment on our middle chart right here, but of course we actually have this right here on evening star. I actually said that when you see an evening star, it actually indicates that the trend will be going down because there's high tendency of the buyer taking place. So how do you find that this is actually an evening star? Is that the first candle right here is actually bullish candle, of course, and the middle small candle right there, we call it a doji candle, and of course this candle here is bearish candle. So when you're finding a form like this, it actually indicates that it's an evening star. All right, so right now this is a very good moment for us to actually take a buy trade, but before then we need to point out our support and resistance real quick. So for that, let's actually click this to actually take out our support and resistance. I think the support and resistance would definitely going to be from this part. Right, so definitely this is when we have a good moment with our support and resistance. As you can see, this is it. This is actually a good time for our support. Right, so let's actually duplicate this for our resistance. Let's clone this and let's take it all the way up here. This is where we have our resistance on. To actually shrink it, you're gonna say that this is where we have our resistance. So this is the last time we actually have a resistance. It's a very good one. So we have that right here. So this is our support in this particular space here. This is our support. All right, so they actually have that right there. So I also mentioned that you always need to actually analyze this with other time frames. So make sure that you actually check this out on 3 hours time frame. As you can see, we are still having it on downtrend. Now let's go ahead and check it on 1 hour. It's still right there on downtrend, but let's go and check this on 30 minutes. It's actually going to be on an uptrend, but if you say that over here the uptrend was very weak, and that like I mentioned it on the first video I actually made, I think on my last video that I made on the channel, I actually told you that the higher time frame is usually the best time frame to actually analyze on. So we're definitely going to enter this trade because we have a confirmation from 1, 3 hours and 1, 3 and 4 hours that this trend is actually coming down, which is very strong. So right now let's actually set up our take profit real quick. So we're doing this for short. So the take profit is going to start right from this position. So we're going to draw our stop loss right here. I'm going to take our profit right here. All right, so that is a good moment. So let's see how this trade is going to play out. A good one there. We're in the money on that. As you can see over here, we actually hit our take profit. So guys, this is how you trade with our Morningstar, both on the trend, both on downtrend what's it called, this is how you trade with what's it called, Doji income, or what's it called, this is how you trade. So guys, this is how you trade in what's it called, this is how you trade with analysis of candle if you have morning star and evening star, and how you also trade when you have them on uptrend or downtrend or even on the middle trend. All right, so guys, I think you enjoyed the video. Definitely our next video definitely going to be another video with an indication on how to trade and how to analyze the market with indicator, and of course it's definitely going to be another banker video. Like I said earlier on, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe to this, because this channel is just a tutorial channel. It's just a tutorial channel where we're going to take you step by step how to become a very good and professional trader. All right, so thank you guys, I love you guys, and I'll see you on another video.